Alright, hello. This video is going to be, if I can get the lighting right. It was raining, the light might change. This video is going to be a Goosebumps book review. I got a few Goosebumps books at Half Price Books a little bit ago, and I've been reading them. I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube doing Goosebumps reviews, Goosebumps show reviews, and book reviews also. So I thought I'd throw my hat into the ring of Goosebumps videos. So if you saw the thumbnail, you'll know what books I'm going to talk about today, but I have them right here. I got cat hair on them. The first book, R.L. Stine, Goosebumps, Be Careful What You Wish For. I really like the textured, like the Goosebumps texturing. Then we're going to be talking about how I got my Shrunken Head. I'm going to be talking about them in the order that I read them in, and I've only read 3 so far. The last one we're going to talk about is Welcome to Camp, what is it, Camp Nightmare? The artwork's really pretty. These were all really cheap, like $2-3 bucks. I think probably $3 or $4 was the most expensive of the Goosebumps books that I bought. So they're not expensive at all, which I like, at least from half price books. I don't shop at Barnes & Noble anymore because just the prices are outrageous. I can't, it's just way too much. Also, no nail polish today. I've been working, like, I've been having, like, 1 day off at a time instead of, like, 2 days off at a time. And when that happens, I take the first day to just rest and I can't do anything. So I haven't been painting my nails. I might try to take today to paint my nails. I've been trying to paint my nails. They're just plain. They got some nail strengthener on them. That's why they're shiny. Also, my little cherry necklace is really cute. And it matches my cherry shirt. And the earrings are really cute. I like the Goosebumps books. I'm sure I've read at least a few as a kid. I don't really remember the exact ones that I did read as a kid. But I'm sure I read a few. I read a lot of books as a kid. Oh, they're right here. I found my notes. Oh, also, before we get into this video, I have a Patreon. I set up a Patreon. It should be in the description of the video. Go to Patreon. It's General Cadaver. Follow me on Instagram. That's General Cadaver. Follow me on Twitter. That's General Cadaver. Everything should be General Cadaver. Except for, like, Snapchat. I think Snapchat is, like, Juicebox4Vamps. You can follow me on Snapchat, too. So, the first book, R.L. Stine Goosebumps, Be Careful What You Wish For. So first we're going to talk about the artwork. I like the artwork. I like the pink coloring. I like the color pink. The purple crystal ball with the lightning, the red nails on the, you know, I presume that this is the witch. It's really pretty. I like it. I believe that there's another cover of this book. I don't know which one is the original cover, but the other cover that I know there is like orange and blue, I believe, with a brown-haired girl standing in the rain or something like that. Hey, hey. Like I was saying, I'm not sure which one was the original artwork. This one says it came out... Let me find the page here. It says copyright C... Oh, wait. First Scholastic Printing, October 1993. I don't know when the first edition of the book came out, but so I'm not sure which one is the original cover, but I like this one. The girl looks kind of like, her face is kind of like, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's kind of like, I don't know about this. So I feel that I look at a lot of things like that. I like the hands. I can't draw hands, you know. Most of us artists can't. They're just difficult and weird, and proportions are so hard. But that's really nice. Yeah, I like it. And the little smoke, the book's a little bit yellowed, like the pages and stuff like that. I don't mind. Again, I buy most of the stuff that I own, like, secondhand, so I really don't mind about that. Oh, yeah. So I'll read the back of the book for you. It says, Make a Wish. Samantha Bird is a klutz, an accident waiting to happen. She's the laughingstock of the girls' basketball team, and that mean, rotten Judith Bellwood is making her life miserable on and off the court. But everything's about to change. Sam's met someone who can grant her 3 wishes for real. Too bad Sam wasn't careful what she wished for, because her wishes are coming true, and they're turning her life into a living nightmare. The description of the book, it's fitting, it's fitting. The first note I have is that it's boring, and there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on. The stakes aren't really high at all. The wishes that she makes, the consequences of those wishes aren't really very bad. There's gonna be spoilers for these books just because they're old and like they're kids books. They're still fine to read even if you know what's gonna happen, at least in my opinion. She like wishes to be the best basketball player on her team, but instead of like her being better, it makes everyone on her team way worse. The witch genuinely seems like she's trying to help a little bit, like the way she's talking and stuff. She seems like she's trying to help. Like, all the wishes end up going bad. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if the witch is just a really bad witch. Something to do with, like, maybe she is evil. I'm not sure. The witch's name is Clarissa. I really like the way, I believe there's a show episode of this book. I've never seen it. I've never seen the episode. I've seen, like, clips of it on YouTube. And the witch, Clarissa, looks really nice. She looks like that in the game, too. I have the little Goosebumps idol, like, mobile game. And it's pretty fun. I like it. I like seeing all the characters and stuff. So I like the way she's designed. Oh yeah, I have on here the main character is relatable. She is relatable. I have 2 tags here. Let me see what's tagged. I think there are instances where she's being like me. Okay, so this part, she's kinda me. Then the bell rang and I hurried to home ec, where I totally lost it. What happened was this. We were making tapioca pudding and it was really messy. We all had big orange mixing bowls, and the ingredients were spread out on the long table next to the stove. I was busily stirring mine. It was nice and gloppy, and it made this great glop glop sound as I stirred it with a long wooden spoon. My hands were sticky for some reason. I had probably spilled some of the pudding on them, so I stopped to wipe them on my apron. I was being pretty neat for me. There were only a few yellow puddles of pudding on my table. Most of it was actually in the mixing bowl. I finished stirring, and when I looked up, there was Judith. I was a little surprised because she had been working on the other side of the room by the window. We generally keep as far apart from each other as possible. Judith had this odd smile on her face, and as she approached me, she pretended to trip. I swear she only pretended to trip. And she spilled her whole mixing bowl of tapioca onto my shoes, my brand new blue Doc Martens. Oops, she said. That's all. Just oops. I looked down at my brand new shoes covered in gloppy yellow pudding, and that's when I lost it. I uttered an angry roar and went for Judith's throat. I didn't plan it or anything. I think it was temporary insanity. I just reached out with both hands and grabbed Judith by the throat and began to strangle her. I mean, they were brand new shoes. Judith started struggling and tried to scream. She pulled my hair and tried to scratch me, but I held onto her throat and roared some more like an angry tiger, and Daphne had to pull us apart. She pulled me away by the shoulders, then thrust her wide body between us, blocking our view of each other. She attacked the girl in class, which I like. Judith, you know, Doc Martens are expensive, and you're gonna spill tapioca pudding on them. I mean, yeah, physical violence is bad, but like, they're kids. Man, I would have strangled her too. I'd be super, super mad. I'd be so mad if somebody did that to my shoes. I probably would, like, lash out, especially back when I was in high school. Probably would lash out. Actually, probably, I wouldn't. I'd want to. My anxiety probably held me. She seems to have a little bit less anxiety than I do, but I really, really, like, I don't know, I make a mess all over everything, so the character is really relatable. She's angry and a little bit violent and very clumsy, and that's all super relatable for me. I don't know if it would be relatable for anybody else, but that's super relatable for me. So I really like that, you know, I could see myself in the character. Oh yeah, and there was another thing. This in the book, what is this? This is page 99. This reminded me. I turned to see him staring at me. His eyes narrowed in disbelief behind his glasses. I ran over and hugged him too. Mom, what did you put in her orange juice? He demanded, struggling to back away from me. Yuck, let go of me. Mom shrugged. Don't ever ask me to explain your sister, she replied dryly. That's something my mom, I'm pretty sure my mom has said that. Or that's something my mom would say to my siblings. So yeah, the character is very relatable. The last wish that she makes no sense. The ending of the book, she's, you know, trying to make everything better. That's one thing, to make peace with someone and all that. But she, what does she even do? I think believes she grants. Her last wish is to give her wish to her bully Judith. First of all, why would you do that? She says that, like, it's because, like, it's been awful for her and stuff. But that doesn't mean it's going to be awful for the other person. I think she just... I don't know what went wrong with her and her wishes. You know, if I hated somebody, I wouldn't grant them the ability to have wishes. That just made no sense to me. Like, if... I mean, I kind of understand. But I feel like... I mean, I get it, she's a kid. She doesn't make good decisions. But she should have just thought about it more, you know? And then what happens in the end is kind of stupid. Of course, Judith wishes for something bad. I'm not gonna, I guess, spoil the direct ending. But it's something bad. Something stupid. I say, I way prefer the ending of the show of this book. I prefer the ending of the show of this book to the ending of the actual book itself. I think the show ending... it's just much more fitting. I think, you know, Judith gets turned into a statue or something. Like, uses her wish for something on herself. Or something like that. It just makes a lot more sense. It just ends a lot better. I was kind of disappointed by the end of the book. I guess there's a reason why her name is Samantha Bird. But yeah, I really like the sibling relationship in the book. It seemed nice. You know, I have a brother as well. So it's just good banter, you know, you fight but get along at the same time. Yeah, the relationships seemed pretty good in the book, the family relationships. Oh yeah, I wrote down lesbian question mark. You know, because there's that thing, like, where people, if you hate somebody, like, you, like, really like them or something like that. I don't know. So maybe they're lesbian. I also wrote that the ending sucks, because it does. The ending sucks of the book. Show ending is way better. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, I agree with myself, yes. I would love to get, like, a genie, though, like a witch, to grant me some wishes. That'd be nice. I'd love to just be riding my bike and come across an old lady asking to give me wishes. I probably honestly wouldn't take it. I probably would run away so fast. I'm scared of people, especially old people. Alright, so, book number 2. R.L. Stine Goosebumps. How I Got My Shrunken Head. And it says heads up. Oh yeah, I guess I should say the little thing on this one says it might come true. I didn't say that, so I'll say that. So here's the cover of the book. Talking about the artwork. I like the artwork. Green. I love green. Green and purple. I believe they're opposite colors, so they're like... Is it opposite colors that are complementary? Or is it the colors that are next to each other that are complementary? Because they look good together. They contrast against each other, you know? I like the shrunken head. He's real cute. He's got like a little tiny mouth. He's all green and a little hairdo. I had this, what is it, Ripley's Believe It or Not book where it had like a bunch of pop-ups and interactive things within the book. And it had like little shrunken, it had a whole thing about shrunken heads and how people made them back in the day. I had that as a kid and I loved that book. I've been trying to find it for a few years. I don't know what it's called, but I need to find it again. I like it. The dresser's messy. I feel that. Yeah, it looks like what a boy's bedroom would look like, you know. Journal right there and the shrunken head. I wouldn't really say it's scary, but I'm not scared of, I think shrunken heads are cool, so I wouldn't really be scared if I saw one. Okay, so this says, 2 heads are better than 1. What has 2 eyes, a mouth, and wrinkly green skin? Mark Shrunken Head. It's a present from his Aunt Benna, a gift from the jungle island of Balladora. Mark can't wait to show the kids at school his shrunken head. It's so ugly, so gross and creepy, and cool. But late one night, the head starts to glow, because it's actually no ordinary head. It gives Mark a strange power, a magical power, a dangerous power. Alright. So yeah, I mean, the premise is good. I would believe that a shrunken head would have power. You know, it's somebody's real head. Like, I think that's a real thing. They would, like, I believe... They cut the back of the neck, take up something, they take the skin, maybe they'd put it over something. I don't think they'd use, like maybe they kept the muscle. I can't remember. I can't remember what the book said when I was a kid. But like that's a real thing that people did. I would be like honored if one of my family members went somewhere and brought me back like somebody's actual shrunken, actual human head. I'd be showing everybody. Alright, so first of all, my first note is stranger comes, question mark, let in, question mark. So yes, this woman comes over claiming to be Aunt Benna's partner, stupid name by the way, claims over to be comes over and claims to be Aunt Benna's partner. She knows, like, a few things, like the aunt's name and stuff like that, and, like, where she is, and I guess the aunt wouldn't have been just telling everybody that, and the family probably wouldn't have been just telling anybody either. So, I mean, I can understand, but also just from me and, like, how my family works, we wouldn't have done that. We would have been way more cautious to somebody we've never seen, we've never met, and we definitely wouldn't let them in our house the first time we meet them. I don't know, I was just raised with so much more caution. I would never do that. And then, you know, she's claiming to be Aunt Benna's partner. Eventually she's like, would the son like to come with me? Your aunt would like you to come. And the mom just lets him go. Like, I understand, like, it's one thing if it was a family member or something, or if it was, you know, the kid really wanted to go see his aunt, and, like, she was like, okay, here's a plane ticket, I'll drive you to the station, but you're getting on the plane yourself. That's one thing, but letting him go with a stranger that you don't know, like, that could be a trafficker. Like, that's my first thought, you know? So I don't know why his mom lets him do that. I get that she believes her, but I just don't understand why she is so good-natured. I don't understand why she believes her so up front off the bat. And my next thing is Shrunken Heads are cool. I've already talked about that. I think Shrunken Heads are cool. I like taxidermy and stuff like that. I keep dead flowers, like my, you know, plants. You can keep them after death. You don't have to get rid of them when something dies. You can keep it. It's just dead. It's just a little bit different after death. That's it. Entertaining and fun. It was pretty entertaining. You know, he goes through the jungle and it talks about, like, jungle plants and jungle bugs. Like, it's a good setting to be in, to, like, put through your mind. Like, imagining the stories while you're reading. I like jungle settings. I love bugs and stuff. I would hate to go there just because I can't stand heat. I'm too sensitive. I would die. And all the bugs, I would probably freak out, you know. And the food there's probably not good. You probably have to eat, like, whatever you kill. And I'm not killing something. Well, an animal. Oh, yeah. So, at the end, I believe that the people are actually bad. Obviously, they've captured Aunt Benna. There's some guy there. They want to steal the jungle magic. They put them in this device. Well, in the show, they put them in this device or something. I don't know exactly what that was going to do. There's a show episode of this book. But in the book, I believe they're going to shrink their heads. So they're literally going to commit murder in the book, which is pretty big, I guess, for a kid's book. They're going to be murdered. The kid is sitting there thinking he's going to die, thinking he's going to get his head shrunk. That sucks. Like, a kid shouldn't have to think that they're gonna die, so I feel bad for the kid. But him and his aunt's relationship are good, you know, they find each other. And everything works out in the end, thankfully, for the little boy. What's the point of jungle magic? Yeah, what's the point of jungle magic? What does jungle magic do? How can you use jungle magic? I guess for anything? Like, it's just like any magic? Is it specifically, like, you know, do you just use it to help the jungle? What is jungle magic? I don't think, like, I know it's magic of the jungle, but can we get, like, a little deeper explanation? I thought a deeper explanation of what it was, how it works, would have been nice. Oh, yeah, Kareen, the girl. First of all, the boy tells her about the plants and stuff, and I get it, she's, like, pretending, and she's telling you that she's on your side. She's telling you that she cares about your aunt, but why do you believe her? You have no reason to believe her. I get that you're a kid, and you're gullible. But I knew something was happening. I knew something was going on. And it turns out that she lied. She lied to him. She told her, was it her dad? She told her dad and the other lady, you know, where they were and stuff like that. She just lied to him. And I get it, but come on, you were about to have people killed. For just some jungle magic. Y'all seem rich. What do you need magic for when you have money? Oh yeah, and the little boy, he's stupid for telling her. Yeah, you shouldn't have told her nothing, dude. Yeah, why would you go off with a stranger / let your kid go off with a stranger? Are you challenged? Ben is a stupid name. Yeah. I have a cousin named Jenna, so like I kept wanting to say Jenna, but I just said Benna. Like I would say Jenna, but I said Benna. So, I think it's a stupid name, but, I mean, you know, it's just a name. Alright, and lastly, the third book, Arlstein Goosebumps, Welcome to Camp Nightmare. It says, it's the little camp of horrors. I really like this one, especially the colors. I love when the sky in real life is like orange and purple colors mixed together. That's a beautiful sky. I love the green and the little goblin dude. I don't really know what he is, but he's just a little creepy. He kind of looks like a predator reaching into the tent, but there's no predatory stuff, so that's good. It's just a tent, creepy. It looks like a small tent. So I would prefer a much bigger tent if I was good to go camping. But I love, again, purple and green just offset each other so good. Orange and purple go good together. This light blue is nice just with all the rest of the colors. Yeah, solid artwork, great. Those scary stories about camp are all coming true. The food isn't great, the counselors are a little strange, and the camp director, Uncle Al, seems sort of demented. Okay, so Billy can handle all that. But then his fellow campers start to disappear. What's going on? Why won't his parents answer his letters? What's lurking out there after dark? Camp Night Moon is turning into Camp Nightmare, for real, and Billy might be next. Bah, bah, bah. So yeah, this one, the premise is really good. I hear a lot of people talk really good about this book. This book was actually really nice, and I really like the Goosebumps episode of the book. So yeah, he goes to camp, weird things start happening, people start disappearing, there's snakes in the bed, the counselors, there's like no nurse, and like these are children, they drop them off to the woods, they have green lakes and short trees. They have prairie cats. Other things didn't really make sense that are kind of trickled throughout the book that help you, that kind of lead you into the ending. So that was fun to read all those and then see how they correlated with the ending, how they were all kind of like set up throughout the book just casually. So going through my notes, get some cranberry. Alright. Scary premise, camp is scary, and the story is scary. Yeah, scary premise, obviously. Going to camp and strange things are happening. Uncle Al's weird. That's scary. Like, you would be scared, you know. I would be scared going to a camp, going away from my family for like any amount of time off by myself. I would be scared. Like, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna be there? Like, what's gonna happen to my family while I'm away? I would not go to a camp over the summer. I just couldn't. The anxiety would probably kill me. So I don't see how people send their kids away for camps and things like that. And the story is scary too. If I was the kid, you know, the kid's got a lot of paranoia. People telling him that things that he's experiencing, he's not experiencing, telling him that people he's seen have never existed. That's terrifying. And imagine being a child and people just playing with your mind like that. Like, if you actually think about it, like, you know, if it's actually happening to the kid, like, that'd be terrifying if you were in that situation. Somebody's just lying to your face. Especially if you're not, like, secure, like, or, like, you know, confident. Like, if you're, you know, like, you would just crumble. You would just crumble. Oh, yeah, I put Larry as cute in the show. The guy that plays the camper Larry. He's cute. I just thought I'd put that in there. Ending wraps up too fast. The ending does wrap up too fast. It wraps up just about probably as fast in the show version as it does in the book version. It goes to, like, you know, they gotta kill or they gotta tranquilize these girls. But then, like, it turns out it was just a test. But he almost tranquilizes the person, and then his parents come out. They were there the whole time. Everybody was in on it. Everybody comes in. And then they're like, we're gonna go to Earth soon. So, like, all the little things that were through the book that were really weird make sense at the end because they weren't on Earth. So, like, green lakes and short trees make sense. And then it ends. Like, you don't get, like, I don't know, him going home, the conversation on the ride home, why he was, like, why his parents want him to go with him. If you were going through space on a dangerous mission like that, you know, they only have one kid. Would you want your child to come with you? Would you want the only thing left of you to come with you and possibly die in space, possibly go through pain or something? You know, no. Like, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't even want both parents on the expedition. I'd send one parent, so if the child loses one parent, at least they have one. Like, I don't know. Everybody's so confident in these books. They need somebody like me with anxiety to just come in and ask questions. But I do, yeah, I like the ending. If it just wraps up too fast. I wish we got a little more. How Billy felt about the ending, how Billy's, like, what happened to Billy's friends that disappeared? Were they just told, like, oh, hey, or did they know about it the whole time? Did they know and they were just pretending to, you know, like, I don't know. Somebody just start explaining already. Yeah, at the end, the Billy's just begging for an explanation and everybody's just, like, saying stupid stuff that doesn't make sense. Just stupid stuff. He's just asking over and over again, can somebody just tell me what's happening? And just nobody's explaining, and he has to beg, and finally people explain. But I don't even think they explained because he asked. I think they just end up explaining, and he had begged that whole time for an explanation. Good twist. You can go back and pick out details that don't match with our reality. You can, yeah, the green lakes, you know, lakes aren't green here unless they're, like, dirty or, like, you know, like, it's not supposed to be green. When you draw, when you talk about a lake, when you talk about an ocean, you say blue. You say water's blue. Water's not green here. Water's blue. So, that was weird. I was like, why the heck is the water green? And then, you know, short trees, like, trees are supposed to be tall and beautiful and bountiful. I would hate to look out over a hill and see little shrubs. If I was taller than the trees, I would just lay down. I would just crawl everywhere under the little shrubs. Book plus episode were good, both pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty similar. I think the endings, especially the setups and stuff, yeah, they're all pretty similar. Yeah, they're both good. They're both really good. They're probably about as good as each other. Yeah. If I were Dawn or Dory, I would not swim across anything. Scared of big monster and water. Yeah, why would they swim across any body of water? I don't remember how large the body of water was. But I'm not swimming across a body of water, even with a friend. I've been to Galveston, I've been stung by a jellyfish. That shit hurts when you get out of the water. I'm not chancing that, or like being bit by a shark. And sharks are getting worse, apparently. Like, we're messing up the earth so much that they're coming to the shore more and biting people more. No, I'm not getting in the water. I'm not getting in the water. I don't care what's happening at the boys' camp. I really don't. They're probably sent out by the people, the government people that were doing the testing. They were probably plants. I'd never get in a spaceship. I'd rather die. I'm dying here on Earth. Y'all can move to Mars. Everybody can move somewhere in the universe. I'm staying flat on the ground. I was born in this hole. I'm gonna die in this hole. I don't care. Save me from space travel. Gross, ew, no. You know, no, we have no reason. Fix with the rock we have, you know. No, scary, ew. Count me out. I wonder why the parents want him to go with them. Yeah, I kind of already explained that a little bit, but I do wonder why they want him to go with them. I would not want my child to go with me on a dangerous mission. You know, and when I'm at work, if you're at work, you're not going to be able to take care of your child because you're thinking about work. Work is so stressful, you're going to end up yelling at your child or something. So yeah. So, I guess we'll rate these books now in comparison to each other. Obviously, number one is The Camp Nightmare. That's probably the best one out of these three books. Personally, in the number 2 spot is Be Careful What You Wish For. I would say it's just more entertaining for me. The character's more relatable. I like this one more than I like How I Got My Shrunken Head. So, How I Got My Shrunken Head is in the third place. Is in third place according to these books. So this is how I rank these books, yeah. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. But they're all pretty good. I'm very excited to read more Goosebumps books. I have a lot more Goosebumps books. The one I'm reading currently is Welcome to Camp Cold Lake, or Beware of Camp Cold Lake. I'm reading that one currently. And once I read 2 other ones, I'll make another one of these videos. Let me know if there's any Goosebumps books you want me to read or buy. I believe I think I have 10. Maybe I have less. Maybe like 8. I'm at 8 or 10 books, I think I have of Goosebumps books. So let me know if there's any Goosebumps books you want me to read and review. I love Goosebumps. I didn't get to read many of them as a child. So now that I'm an adult, I'm very into just doing everything child me never got the chance to do. and always wanted to. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Remember to look me up on Patreon. I only have one tier, but I mean, give me some ideas. If you subscribe to my Patreon, let me know what you'd want to see on the Patreon. Follow me on Instagram and Reddit. I'm on Twitter. Everything. Everything's probably General Cadaver. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, me, the cats, and the crops are looking forward to the bounty.